Oh, Elden Ring. Oh, Elden Ring. The game that made From Software finally be recognized as the GOAT. Wow. We, true gamers, already knew it, but this title got to such levels of popularity that now it's not a question, it's a fact. Everyone knows it. And the new additional content just came to nail it even more. In my opinion, the best open world ever made and the best DLC ever made, with tons of great features. One of them being, of course, the thing that everyone waits for on a From Software game, the bosses. And today, I will be ranking every single boss in Elden Ring, including the amazing DLC, in a tier list, going from the outer god, weird-looking monster level S to the not so good and sometimes reused skins, which makes bosses less memorable and enjoyable, F tier. So prepare yourselves for a treat, because we are about to go in deep, dissecting every boss of this damn game. And I also need to prepare myself, because this video will probably be like 2.5 hours of footage, and my future self hates me for editing this, and my past self hates me for writing this, and now I'm hating myself for recording this. I am fucked. But all you need to do to make it up for me is like and subscribe. Come on, it isn't that hard, and it helps your homie here, okay? Thanks. Soldier of Godric, not the greatest start. I mean, this is not even a boss, but we can't really run away from it because it has an health bar, so it kinda is a boss. F tier. 3 Sentinels, aka the Horse Guys. This is the first boss for a lot of people. They get out of the first place, and what they see is a giant horse with a giant man. Me, I ran away from it. I saw it, I died one time, and I said, I'm coming here later in the game. Most people didn't do that. Just went there and got fucked over and over again. Now, is it cool? For you, it might be a lot special. For me, it's okay. I like it. It is a little bit overused, but there are some cool variants. Overall, I think it's a very cool fight. It's done pretty well. And again, there are some pretty cool variants. And since we are here talking about the horse dudes, I'm gonna rank them all in a single tier. I'm not gonna rank each encounter that you have with the horse and the guys, because it wouldn't make sense. So, very cool variants. There's a time where you have to fight 2 at once, but there's also this guy with this weapon and lightning that is red, so they are indeed pretty cool, they are pretty decent, and they go into the B tier. And hey, since we are out here ranking bosses in groups, let's rank all the bosses in the circles, okay? First of all, presentation. I love it. First time you see something like that, you're like, whoa, what the fuck? There's these weird looking serpents that are a rock and it's a circle. Pretty fucking cool. And you enter the circle and you see that the bosses aren't really that great. Most times it's like a normal enemy, but as a boss, they are not really that special. There are some cases where it's a decent fight. Actually, there was a joke between some friends of mine, because this fucking guy killed us too many times. We called him the Elden Ring. This was the Elden Ring. We died too many times to him, but I would say that he's really the only memorable encounter. All of the rest is just like a weird NPC or some reused skin, which doesn't make it a lot satisfying, but I like the presentation, I like all the vibe to it, so it goes into the C tier. Margit the Fellow, the first boss, like the first real boss, let's all agree here. If you got stuck on the 3 Sentinel, good luck here, bro, really good luck. Because he very much encapsulates Elden Ring bosses perfectly. Why? He takes so much fucking time to hit you. Like, this is not a delay. You could sleep in between attacks. You could go sleepy weepy time. No doubt in my mind. It's truly a big challenge for the early game, mainly if you are not prepared. If you are not prepared, you are very fucked. And if you are new to the game, you'll be dying and dying and dying, and you will be asking yourself, what the fuck is going on? What is happening? Why am I dying countless times? Why have I been here for 2 hours? This is the Dark Souls of open worlds. You're fucked, man. Regardless of that, he's very basic, he's reused sometimes, but I like him. I think it's very cool, and it goes into the A tier. Back to the semi-bosses, the dragons. Look, I'm gonna rank every dragon, and they are really reused throughout the entire game. They lost the impact, but the first time you encounter one, the first time you encounter that guy, and he comes flying out of nowhere, and he starts breaking everything and spitting fire, and you don't really know what is going on. That's a battle that could reach A tier Maybe yes. Maybe yes. I loved it. It was so hard. I had to try it so many times. I fought him on their level, so that's probably the reason why it took me so much. But it was really epic and I was not expecting it at all. It was great. The problem is that then he is reused so many fucking times. There are some variations to the encounters, but overall, it's the same fight. They even reuse them on the DLC, but it's different. No, it isn't different. It's the same shit. It really went like this. Yo, another dragon. I like that first encounter. Let's do it. Yo, another dragon. And another one. I'm not even getting out of the horse this time. It's really sad that they completely fucked the entire experience on that dragon fight, and it goes into the B tier. And it only goes into the B tier because of the first encounter, because I really liked that first encounter, okay? It goes into the B tier just because of that. And since it's dragon time, let's rank the other type of dragons that appear that I reused. They have lightnings, they are cooler, the design is cooler, everything is cooler about these guys. The thing is, I was already too, what's the word that I want to use here? Too sick. I was sick of dragons at that point. There was too much dragons in my mind at that point, so they go into the B tier. They are cooler, they are better than the other dragons, but yeah, they got the B tier. Godric the Graft. Oh, it's a shame. It's a shame that this guy appears so early in the game, because it really makes him not that memorable. If he appeared later in the game, he had a little bit more health and was a little bit more difficult, I am sure that this would be top tier for most people. It's such an incredible fight. It has a design like no other. It has a second phase that really makes you think that, can a dragon do that? It's really underrated. I mean, at the same time it isn't. A lot of people think that he's great, but at the same time, I don't see a lot of people talking about him because, again, he appears too early, and the main problem, I think, it's the difficulty. It's too damn easy. Margit is a lot harder. This guy, a lot easier, and it shouldn't be, okay? It should be a little bit more hard. Regardless of that, since I'm a god, since I can take all of the shit that doesn't matter to the side, I'm gonna give him an S tier, okay? First S tier of the video goes to the Dragon Boy. He's very cool. A cutscene that, mwah, look at the cutscene. Mwah, oh my fucking god. Now it's time for Red Wolf Radagon. This is basically the brother of Sif, but it's like the brother with Down syndrome. It isn't really that special, I am sorry. He's very fast and deals a lot of damage and has very little health, which means that the fight becomes really stressful and not in a good way. You just wanna end the fight because it kinda sucks. It goes into the C tier. Renal, Queen of the Full Moon. Here, I have to say, I have to make a staple here, and I'm gonna say it loud and simple so everyone here understands me, okay? This is the most underrated fight in the entire game, even more underrated than the Dragon Boy here. That's right, and I can show you why. Her area, unbelievable. All the build up to the fight. And you have to listen to me on this one. I despise Harry Potter. I really don't like it. I don't like the theme. I don't like anything about that. Harry Potter game fucking sucks. But you feel like you are at Hogwarts. It really is a cool fucking vibe, and it all builds up to the fight. You know you are about to fight a damn mage, a super powerful mage, and you enter the boss arena and you see all of these fanboys and you have to kill the right one, and it's a big library. Overall a great vibe, and it's not the greatest first phase, but I think it's cool. It's very cool. Then you enter the second phase, Relana, the Queen of the Full Moon. And bro, is it the most magnificent fight? No. Is it the most complex fight? No. Is it hard? No. None of that. What really makes this fight stand out for me is the arena. Look at the arena, man. I called my mom to come and see the arena. She was doing house chores, and my nerdy ass went there and called her to show her this. To show her this damn infinite lake with water and the big ass moon on the background. I have clearly a lot of problems in my head, but this boss is made because of the arena. The boss isn't that special, okay? It goes into the A tier. A tier because of the arena, okay? If the boss was shit, it would be A tier regardless, because the arena is fucking badass. Leonine Misbegotten. First time I fought him, I was very happy. He's in a castle and it's like water and he has a big ass sword. It's very cool. But it suffers again from a mistake that Elden Ring has, the main game. It's reused to infinity. Okay, he just became a normalized enemy, which honestly kind of fucked him up. I liked him. It was a B tier, but now that he's a normal enemy, it's a C tier. I'm sorry, little lion guy. Ancestor Spirit. They are cool. They are Gucci. I would say that they are both on the same level. Both gracious, both have a cool music, both have a cool arena, both have a cool way to find them. Overall, a cool boss. It doesn't. Wow. It's a B. It's a B boss. Ooh la la. Look at what we have here. Mr. Radani boy. From the base game, my favorito. No questions asked. I'll get to the DLC, okay? Just you wait. But from the main game, man, this was the first boss and probably the boss that gave me the most trouble. On my first playthrough, I had to resort to killing him with a bow and arrow from afar. I've already said this on this video, but I need to emphasize it again. I killed it with a bow and arrow from afar. Am I proud? No, I had to do it. I didn't have the gaming capabilities to deal with him. I summoned every single guy that I could, which I'm very happy for. I'm happy that I summoned these dudes because for a first playthrough, if you don't summon them, you are stupid. It's very epic to see all of these guys running towards this giant man, shooting spears and whatnot. And then his design, like again, a giant man on a tiny horse, slashing everything and everyone, jumping towards the air, nuking the ground, using meteor, what the fuck is that magic? It's overall just an amazing encounter. And again, this was the first playthrough. Second playthrough, I fought him like a man and I defeated him man to man, no horse, on the ground, bam, slash that guy. And it still was my favorite encounter of the game just because of the, I don't know, all of the vibe, you know, it's a giant warrior and all these guys are here to fight him. There was a festival prepared to fight him. Look at the power on this dude. And you really get to see his true power later on. You stick to the end to see the DLC part, because if this was great, you can't imagine what it's yet to come. Anyway, I don't care. S tier. Revenants. No Mog, no Maliketh, no Radan. I was kidding, Radan wasn't the hardest. These guys, these Revenants, are the devil. If the devil was an amalgamation of ours, okay? These guys are impossible. At one time they are even presented as a boss. And even if they were, I would place them as a boss because it's fucking impossible to beat them. You know how I beat them? I summon my dude and he kills them. I don't have the ability to kill him, okay? D tier. He should go to the impossible tier, but I'm not gonna do a tier for him because I hate him. D tier. Magma Wim Makar. It's a lizard. He walks on 2 feet, he has a big sword and he spits fire. It looks like a very good combination, but actually it isn't really that great. There's too much of them scattered throughout the world, and the gameplay itself isn't really that great. C tier. Mimic tier. Cool concept, and that's it. It's a cool concept. Fuck the fight. D. Royal Knight Loretta. Look, it's okay. This lady is basically what this monk is for this monk, and this lady is basically the monk for the other lady. I don't know if you really understood what I said, but it's okay. I was stuck on that boss actually for a little bit on my first playthrough. Didn't use the mimic tier, didn't use nothing. Just got stuck a little bit because I need to get good. Either way, B tier. Dragon Soldier of Noxtella, I think that's the name. Look, I'm not gonna talk about the other guy that looks like him. I won't. I didn't fight him. He's on the poison of rock. I don't fucking care about him. Won't even look at him. Consider it, okay? I don't care about him. Let's only talk about this dude. I feel so bad for the fact that I didn't have an enjoyable fight with the guy. One of the best looking bosses in the entire game, in an arena that's absolutely outstanding. The problem was that I was too strong when I faced him. Like, too strong. Yeah, I defeated him in like 30 seconds. It wasn't enjoyable, but then I saw fights of him on YouTube and it's unbelievable, it's great. Again, problem, defeated him too quickly. It's a B tier that smells like A. Valent Gargoyles, FromSoft and the damn Gargoyles. If you saw my Dark Souls tier list video, you know what I think about the Gargoyles on that game. I hate them. I can't tell you why, but I just hate them. And what did they do on Elden Ring? They took them, spammed them with testosterone, made them ungodly, fucking annoying to fight, and at one time they made them a gang fight again. But the problem is that one of them is already trouble enough. In Dark Souls 1, one of them is fairly easy. Two of them, complete bullshit. In Elden Ring, one of them is complete bullshit. Two of them is just Miyazaki pointing you the middle finger. It's only what it is. So for that, F tier. Hate those guys. Estelle, natural born of the void. Another reskinned dude. At this point, who cares? Let's focus more on the impressive one. The cave one, fuck him. No one cares about him. The other one, pretty fucking cool. The arena, man. The arena contrasts perfectly with this... I don't know... The problem, it's the reskin. I said it doesn't matter, but it really matters. If it was only the space guy and he's like a scorpion, it would probably be an A tier. But then you fight him again in a cave. It kinda sucks, man. It kinda sucks. It goes to the B tier. You know, Godskin Noble. It's a C for cool. If it was just him, it would be a B. But we all know what is yet to come when talking about this dude. Rykard, Lord of Blasphemy. Oh man. Oh my man. We shall put 3 fingers in our asses together. I think it's unanimous. The best gimmick fight ever made by From Software. Okay? Hands down, the best gimmick fight ever made. There is no more a sword that only does this attack. There is no more jumping through weird pillars. There's no more nothing. There's no more nothing. The thing here is a weapon that shoots wind, that has a full-on moveset to kill this giant fucking serpent. It's completely unbelievable. It's so satisfying to use. It's so satisfying to dodge the attacks of the beast. And then you reach the second phase and man, what in the fuck is going on? Why is Hell being summoned to Earth? Why is she throwing me skulls? And why am I screaming like a fucking child? Hell was literally breaking loose. One of the most impressive things I've ever saw in my life. It's an S tier. Elemer of the Briar. Let's turn down the green screen. Can I tell you a secret? I'm gonna tell you a secret. Throughout all of my playthroughs of Elden Ring, which are just 2 playthroughs, but anyway, I played the game 2 times. In total, on the base game, I have like 150 hours. I have never encountered this boss. Can you believe it? I have never encountered this boss in my life and I don't know why. And this seems so fucking cool. Look at his bloody sword. And no, there's absolutely no pun intended this time. Look at his bloody sword. It's amazing. I am so sad that I didn't encounter him. And honestly, now I don't care. This is personal now. If I wasn't able to encounter him on my own, then I won't see a guide to encounter him, okay? This goes to the not a true Souls player tier. Because I ain't a true Souls player. Because I didn't encounter every boss, okay? That's the sad reality. Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. This is kind of a reskin, but it is golden. It gave me some trouble, because he has a lot of delays, even more than Margit. But he has a very cool music. I'm gonna give him a B, and I was thinking, if they don't use this music again on a real proper boss, I am gonna be very, very sad. Thankfully, Miyazaki is a bro, and he knows exactly what the fans want. So yeah, again, B tier. Cool boss. Morgoth. And here we go again, another reskin. But this time, I don't mind. And I kinda am a fanboy, so yeah, I wouldn't mind it anyway. Like, first time you encounter him, he is already cool as shit and one of the best bosses in the entire game. So the second time you face him, it was already bound to be one of the best bosses in the entire game, but if it was just that, it would be shit. But no, on the second phase, they decide to give him a sword that has fire and blood, Lady Maria style. So what could be better? And he actually gave me a lot of trouble again on the first encounter, which made him very memorable. I am gonna place him in the S tier. Not the biggest S tier, okay? It's not a Rykard level, it's not a Radan level, it's not a Dragon Boy level, but it's an S tier regardless. I really like the dude. He has a great lore, he's very challenging again with all of the delays. You have to be extra careful on the second phase because of the blood explosions. It's great, I like him. S tier. Commander Knight. 2 guys similar to him by my calculations, but let's again group them up and let's talk about the very, very good encounter, which is on a castle. You have to know something about myself. I love puppies. I love big goth mummies. I love a good old hamburger. And I also absolutely love when a boss has lighting attacks. So this guy was already bound to be great. It kind of sucks, honestly, because you have to kill these dudes first, and unless you use the mimic tier, you are indeed fucked. But the second phase is pretty cool, and it kind of makes up for it. It doesn't make up a lot because the boss, as you will see, will get the B tier, but it does make up for it. After you defeat the guys, it's pretty enjoyable and it's pretty fucking epic. But since there are the two fuckers, it's B. For basic. I almost farted. Hell yeah. Fire Giant. Another day, another cool boss. There you go. Everything is beautiful. He might be a little bit on the... He does too much damage. My brain just... I farted, my brain farted, whatever. He does too much damage. If you are not careful, he will engrave your head on like, head go down, head go completely down. Because it really does too much damage. With the plate, like, you're fucked. Thankfully, every attack is very telegraphed and it's not really hard to dodge them. But that's just on the first phase. Second phase, that's where shit gets loose. I spent too much time on that phase. And it's not really that hard. He has some fireballs that you can dodge pretty easily. The problem with me was that every time I was on the brim of killing him, he would just become a jiu-jitsu master and roll it on me, one-shotting my entire health pool. It didn't make any sense. I was attacking his leg, he'd roll, he'd kill me. What's the fucking counterplay? I couldn't do nothing. That section of the fight fucking sucked. But I like the guy, all the same. So, A tier. Loretta. Laura. We finally got into the true monk. I bet the people that skip to this part are now kinda confused. Even you are probably confused because I didn't explain myself that well. Anyway, we got to the true monk, okay? We got to the real true monk. And I have to say it. It's cool. It's better than the original fight. It has some more new attacks. And it is a good challenge. It's very similar to the other horse fights. You will clearly see some attacks that are very similar. But it has its own flavor. You can clearly see that it has its own flavor. It has a lot of new attacks. There's the sword on the sky, big sword with magic. It's very cool. It's an A tier, but we all know that it is just a preparation for what is yet to come. And what is yet to come, oh, you know it. Oh, you know how fucked you are.
I am Melania, Blade of Mikola.
Melania, Blade of Mikola. Melania, Blade of Mikola. Melania, Blade of Mikola. Melania, Blade of Mikola. I need to be fair with you guys. I'm kinda bad at this game. On my first playthrough, I defeated Melania. Yes, I died like 100 times, yes. But how did I defeat her? Well, I might have taken the Rivers of Blood Katana, a mimic tier, and I might have killed her like that. She still killed me like 20 times, and I know damn well that I need to get good. I need to get good. That's the way I kill her. I promise you that now that I played the DLC, I will defeat her one-on-one combat, I promise you, but that's how I defeated her on my first time. I'm sorry. Either way, it's an amazing boss. It's just an amazing boss. Again, the lore, it's absolutely amazing, as well as the arena, as well as the music. And there were a lot of me times because of this picture. She's a great encounter. She has a very big array of moves, a lot of variations, a lot of moves that can really fuck you up. This waterfall dance, you all know that's the shit. I don't know how to dodge it. I don't. I think it's impossible. Oh, but you can like run back and then roll towards her to the left. Fuck you, it's impossible to dodge. And then you add the fact that she heals. Yeah, she fucking heals. Well, I still like it. I still think she's great. Maybe my opinion on her will change because I will defeat her one-on-one, but it still is an S tier. It still is an S tier and one of my favorite bosses of the game. It's really that good. Godskin duo, and we really needed this S tier because this boss, look, I would say that firstly, yes, this is the worst boss of the entire game, no doubt in my mind, but I could go as far as saying that this is one of the worst bosses ever in gaming. It really sucks. They really thought that mixing a guy that stretches a lot and is already kind of fast with a fat guy that's really fucking fast and that I didn't rank and you fight him too and it's a D tier. I don't like the guy. And it's even faster than the guy who stretches. And they thought that mixing them would be a good idea. Miyazaki, you know that mixing races never ends well. It's absolutely horrendous. And here, I'm not afraid to say that I use the Mimic tier. Two of them, two of me. Basic math, I don't care. You need to summon the fucking Mimic tier. Like, they share an health bar. So if you kill one, the other one just comes back. That doesn't make sense. That's absolutely stupid. And the worst part, the pillars don't count for shit. The pillars usually are there to split aggro and whatnot, but both of them are stupidly aggressive and both of them can attack you from afar, which means that the pillars don't mean shit here. The only way to make this fight a little bit enjoyable is by using the Mimic tier. And with a little bit enjoyable, I mean the only way for me to kill them, because I won't even try to do it alone, okay? F tier. Miyazaki, you fucking racist. I'm kidding, don't sue me. Yeah, I love you, but it's an F tier. Dragon Lord Placido sucks. Luckily, the bosses of this game more than make up for it, because now we stand here on the best dragon fight of the entire series. Yeah, and I'm not insane. I was insane. I was insane while writing this video because I didn't reach the true best dragon fight of the entire series. That's on the DLC, and I'll get to that. It's a fucking giant dragon with only two heads because the third one nobody knows where it is. It's on a crumbling city. He's an ancient fucking dragon. He goes to the sky, he gets invisible, he has a giant lightning claw and the lighting is fucking red. It's not that hard also. It's just a combination of stuff that makes him really enjoyable to fight. And it goes into the S tier. And S tier it is for the next one. Malikuth, the 13% of the population that commits alpha crime, Blade. I really have to stop. Imagine a cat. Now imagine a cat that has a big fucking sword. And now imagine a cat that is on a crumbling city. Now imagine that that cat can take max health out of your bar. And now imagine that it does front flips. I bet you would be fucking terrified of that cat. I would be terrified of that cat, and I am basically God. He also has that first phase where he has an Udi. No one really cares about that, it throws you rocks. No one cares about that. The big cat is where the vibe is, okay? He is the star of the show. And as I said, it's an S tier. Also, his weapon, fucking amazing. Used it for almost the entire DLC, great. Lich Dragon 46. I didn't really defeat this guy. Okay, I am sorry. I did the quest wrongly. I mean, not wrongly. I chose the wrong option to fight him. So yeah, that wasn't really the greatest thing. But I'm gonna put him into A tier because he looks cool as shit, okay? Can we agree that he's an A tier, okay? Yeah. Mog, the Lord of Blood. This guy gave me some trouble. The first time I fought him, it was with Mimic tier. And I know I need to get good. But since I was going to play the DLC and you need to kill Mog to enter the DLC. By the way, poor Mog. But since you have to kill Mog, I decided to kill him again alone. And I got fucking stomped. Yeah, the first phase isn't really that bad. He has some delays, he does a lot of damage, but it's manageable. The true shit comes when he starts counting to 3, like your mom, when she was about to beat you with the belt. That's where you know you are fucked. He starts flying everywhere, his attacks have blood that explodes. It's just too much shit going on and my brain literally almost melted. Then you add the music, which is great. The design is amazing. He looks like fucking the devil. I really liked the fight. Again, I'm sorry for him. And it was a really cool challenge. S tier. Horaloo. Another reskin, yes. But the reskin of this dude was worth mentioning because firstly, I'm the one who runs the channel. I'm tired of saying this, but that's the truth. And secondly, he's golden. He's cool, okay? Okay. Horaloo! I would be contented with the first phase, okay? It's very cool. He slams the ground like no other human being can do it. He has a lot of delays. He has a big fucking axe. But the true magic, like again, the true magic really comes when he reaches the second phase. From Software thought the following. Let's take a dude that has an axe, okay? Let's take a lion. Let's fuck up the lion. Let's make the dude covered in blood, and now let's make him a WWE star. If this doesn't prove that FromSoft is the absolute GOAT of game creation, I don't really know what is. He has everything. He slams you against the ground. He slams the floor. He's super aggressive, like one of the most aggressive enemies in the entirety of the game. And you will die a lot of times. Last time I fought him, I didn't die once. I killed him at my first try because I'm a G, but you will die because you suck. Well, S tier for the WWE star. Basically, John Cena is getting an S tier. Now the all-knowing, the nerd. I kill him stupidly fast. Lucky him, he has a cool design. D tier, Radical. If you don't like the last boss of this game, you are soulless. You have absolutely no feelings. I can very confidently say that. Just the music alone, it's the music of the main menu. When I listened to that for the first time, I was mind blown. I would die on purpose. Yeah, listen to me. I would die on purpose to fight him and dodging while listening to the music. I am that crazy. Yes, the fight is great. That's why I would die on purpose, okay? It really feels like a dance. It really feels like, you know what? Lothric. It's like attack, dodge. You have to jump, you have to do everything. It really is a complete fight. It is an S tier. It really is an S tier, and I am ranking him separately to the Elden Beast. Yes. Why am I ranking him separately to the Elden Beast? Because they have a big gap of quality. I love the Elden Beast. I think it's a great boss. Mainly on the arena, mainly on the vibe, mainly on the design. He looks like a spermatozoid. He has a big sword that releases holy damage. It really could be the perfect duo. It could be one of the best last fights of a FromSoft game. But then they don't let you use your horse, your loyal company. He made himself available to you throughout the entire game. I think the least they could do would be make him available on the last fight. He teleports everywhere, he's there, now he's here, and he has these giant circles that you could use Thorn to jump through. It really feels like Thorn needed to be there, and it isn't. And it makes the fight feel like a test because you are attacking him, and now he's there, and now you go there, and he attacks you some more, you give one attack, and he teleports again. They fucked up the experience. It's really sad. But I like him, nonetheless. It's B. It's a B tier. Very solid. Now, before I rank the bosses on the DLC, let's rank the rest of the semi-bosses that you can encounter in the main game. And I hope I didn't forget anyone, because I kinda did this all by memory, so there's a big chance that I forgot at least one or two bosses, but who cares? Let's start. Tibia Manor. Weird looking boats. They are not that great. They summon guys to kill you. D. By the way, on these smaller enemies, these smaller semi-bosses, I'm gonna use the same tactics that I used to rank the dragons and the three sentinels. I'm gonna rank them all on the same tier. I'm not gonna rank each one individually, because firstly, I would be here for 3 hours and I'm already tired of being here. And secondly, I think it's fair. Knights Cavalry. I really like these dudes. They are inspired by what, for me, is the best old movie that there is. The rest of the old movies all fucking suck, and they give a cool vibe. They only appear at night. It's very interesting, okay? It's a B. Pumpkin Head Knights. They are guys that have a helmet that looks like a pumpkin. Very basic. C tier. Graveyard. These guys, they are cool at the first fight. They get repetitive really fucking quickly, and they go also to the C tier. Big Bears. I don't like them. They are too fast for their size, and I can't see shit because of the Souls camera. D tier. Demi-Human Chief. Who the fuck are these guys? D tier. Crystal Man. I mean, they are interesting, but at one time you also find a gang fight. But I guess they are very creative, so it's a C for Crystal. The Trees. The Trees is the following. First time, they are cool. They are fun to fight, but at the same time, they are very annoying. They dismount your horse very quickly, and since there's always a lot of enemies surrounding them, you kinda need to be on your horse. But they take your horse down very easily, and now you have to give a drink to your horse, and now you have to run again and attack them and run and attack them and run and attack them. They kinda suck, but they have a cool design, and they are, I guess, fun. There were one or two that were really annoying with the rod and stuff. However, averaging them up, I think they are at least somewhat fun to fight. And they go into the city. Ludwig's cousin. I don't know the name, won't even search the name. They are also fun to fight. They get reused a lot and they become basically a normal enemy, but the first time you encounter them, it really is scary as shit. In a small space, you don't see shit, it seems really random, but at the same time, it always feels very manageable once you get the hang of the hang of the fight. And the design is cool, everything is kinda okay, so yeah, B tier. The butchers that are basically copying the Four Kings. Well, again, if you saw the video of Dark Souls, you already know that I don't really like the Four Kings, and not because the fight is bad, but because of the arena. This arena really gives my head a hard time trying to process it. And these guys use that arena, but they are shit. So of course this is a shit fight. F tier. Deathbirds, very cool design, yeah, I like them, B tier. Falling Star Beasts, the hardest semi-boss in the entire game. Hands down, no doubt in my mind. The thing is, the moveset isn't really that special. I kinda like the design of the beast, but overall it's not the greatest of encounters. C tier. Dungeon Cats, I don't know the name, I won't search the name because they get repetitive very quickly. Like, you find him once and you think that he's cool and he's very creepy, but then you find him again and you find him again and then he becomes a normal enemy on the dungeons. Overall, it really fucking sucks. Once you kill 3, 4, 5 of them, it stops being fun, okay? D tier. Okay, and now, last 3, very fast. Black Knife Assassin. B. NPC bosses. C. Patches. And we are done.
So apparently I forgot some bosses, this one. Who cares? These bosses suck. They belong in D tier. Maybe C some of them, but most of them are D tier. Let's forget about them, okay? Let's also forget that I am not using glasses.
And we are done with the bosses of the main game. Yes, my brain can't rest yet. Let's start with the DLC. Demi-Human Swordmaster. Right off the bat, this DLC comes off strong. I knew right away that I was about to have an amazing experience. Cause even though that this guy doesn't really seem that amazing, the fact that you encounter him on a random ass cave is amazing. Like, he's a tiny dude, he has a very cool sword, and he is fairly hard. Like, okay, he's not very hard because you can kill him very quickly, but it does a lot of damage and he's super unique and super creative. Okay? B tier. Divine Beast Dancing Lion. And this guy just confirmed my hypothesis. Look at his design, look at his cutscene. It's 2 dudes dressed as a lion fucking you up. This game is really peak gaming. I love this expression. Now, let's look at what he does offer you in terms of good memories. Design, we already knew what to expect from the trailers. Now, music, great. Arena, could be better, but it's okay. Attacks, 10 out of 10 fucking cinema. He does this, and he does that, and he has ice, and he has lighting, and he jumps. And honestly, I killed him very quickly and I wasn't really able to learn the fight and appreciate the fight on its true capacity, but he is really cool, and it's a good introduction for what is yet to come on the DLC. So, bro, you know what? He goes to the A tier. I know, not the S tier. It's my opinion. It's an A tier. Cool design, cool whatever, but it didn't really get stuck into my memory because I killed him very quickly, but it's an A tier. And I think that God made me not fight him for a very long time because he had other plans for me. And what I mean by that, he wanted me to face this girl for like 4 hours straight. Yeah, I died too many times to this bitch. Relana. That girl is really fucking hard, and when she reaches the second phase, when she reaches the Pontiff 2 stage, like on the first phase, you are already fucked. She can 3-shot you with this. She has a lot of variations to her combos. You never know what she's gonna do, so you need to react accordingly. You basically cannot predict her. But this is the first phase. The second phase, she gets more variations. Instead of 3-shotting you, she now can 2-shot you. And she has this nuke-like attack where she uses 3 moons, or what the fuck is that? And you have to dodge the first moon, because if you don't dodge, you will get killed. very easily. I got stuck on that fight for such a long time. It took me like 100 times to defeat her. It was, I said 4 hours, it probably was more. It really, really was that hard. She being that hard is the thing that really made me appreciate her. The dance and the... it was fucking hard. S tier. Now, another dungeon boss, Death Knight. And I'm gonna talk about the 2 Death Knights that you can encounter in the game. Now, it's a shame that they have so little health. This could be a main boss. He's so fucking good looking. Look at the attacks that he does. It's amazing. There are 2 of them, which is cool because one has a big axe, the other has 2 axes, so I don't mind the repetition here. The design of the dudes, FromSoft is a master, okay? It's a fucking master. It's an A tier. Now, let me just quick fire some dudes. I'm gonna use the phone because it's easier to rapid fire. So, dragons, they are back and they deserve the same rank. Deathbirds, they are also back. I only found 1, I think it's only 1, but they also deserve the same rank. 3 sentinels, you find 2 of them, same rank, who cares? NPC type of fights. There are some cool NPC fights here. Most of them are very mid. 1 or 2 is good, like the guy with that dragon slayer weapon or whatever that shit is. Overall, I'd say that the NPCs are also on the same rank as the base game. So more. Are there more? Yeah, that would be about it. Lamenter. Fuck you. It's not hard. It's just annoying. It's a gimmick fight, and it took me a while to discover what the gimmick was, which was annoying because the fight isn't good by any means, okay? D tier. Curseblade Labyrinth. It's basically Bruce Lee. It's a normal enemy, but in this case it's big. And he is like on the dark and you can't see him, which makes him a little bit more interesting to fight, okay? So yeah, C tier. Golden Hippopotamus. Listen up, From Software isn't really known for having the best camera out there. We, connoisseurs of the Souls formula, and we, players of the Dark Souls trilogy and the games from Software, know and are always complaining about the shitty-ass camera. It sucks. It's the worst part of their games. The camera is a shit. And in this case, the fight could be somewhat enjoyable, but I couldn't see shit. I couldn't see what was going on, okay? I was just spamming circle praying that I was dodging, because the fight is, in fact, interesting. It's an hippopotamus that turns himself into a porcupine. How cool is that? And a golden porcupine, so it could really be a very interesting fight. I'm not really into the big monster type of fight, usually, but this one could be cool. However, because of the camera, because I couldn't see shit, it goes into the, I forgot the tier, D tier, Big Red Bear. I like it. Yeah, I said that I don't like the bear fights, and I don't, but in this case, he's cool because he gives you a cool cape afterwards. C tier. Putrescent Knight. This boss is a staple on how to do a B boss. That is right. The arena is cool, but nothing special. The design is cool, but nothing out of this world. Like, he is difficult, but nothing too extreme. The attacks are cool, but nothing great. And the weapon is also normal. There really isn't a boss more B than this guy. This is the definition of B. From now on, my ABC is A, Putrescent Knight, C, what a fucking shitty joke. Black Knight Tree, normal enemy. D, Scorpion Lady, aka Romina. Good enough. Is it peak boss, whoa man, whoa, what is going on? Of course not. It's cool. Good, well telegraphed attacks. There's a big variety of attacks. And the second phase is indeed very cool and interesting and fun. And I enjoyed the butterflies that exploded. Okay, I'd say that this is also a staple on how to do a B fight. There's nothing really special. There's not a whoa, what? No, it's just a B fight. It's okay. Scatter Tree Avatar. Shadow Tree Avatar, as the guy of the lore says. He knows. If he says Shadow Tree, it's Shadow Tree. First of all, I love the arena. So mystical, so whimsy, literally good. But honestly, this is it. Hate the boss. Once again, I can see shit because of the camera. The spikes that come off the ground never learn the damn timing, and there are 3 phases of a boss that I don't really like. And I used the Mimic tier here, okay? I got to the 3rd phase, I was already expecting the 3rd phase. Firstly, I was dealing too much damage, and I was like, yeah, it's going to be a 2nd phase, isn't it? And when the flower died, it was like, yeah, it's gonna be a 2nd phase, and there was a 2nd phase, and when I killed it again, it was a 3rd phase, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna use the mimic tier because I can't take this anymore. And I did it. But I mean, at least the design is cool. It's a dead sunflower. I don't know, man. I don't like it. I am sorry. It's a D tier. Fuck you, vegans. Commander Gaius. This is the best mounted boss in the entire game, okay? Better than a monk, confusing the ADHD kids once again. His entrance is fucking amazing, and the callback to this guy. I really like his moveset, and I guess he just reaches that spectacle that I was looking for in a boss. But this spectacle is reached because of one thing that you have to do to really make this fight amazing. You cannot fight him while standing on the ground. I tried to fight him on the ground, and it was fun and all, but it wasn't close to the fun that I had when I started using my mount to fight this dude. This dude was made to fight with the mount. You feel like a fucking knight. It's absolutely incredible. And I had a big fucking sword, so I felt even more as a badass knight. And that's the way you have to fight him, okay? There's no other way to fight him. I mean, you can fight him on the ground, but it's a B. On the ground, it's a B. If you are mounted on your horse, that's a fucking A tier. Amazing. Bloodfiend Chief, D tier. Metzir, Mother of Fingers. Whoa, just whoa. Everything resumed is whoa. There's the entire questline, which is so whoa. And firstly, you enter that arena and you see all of these unimaginable big, I don't really know what the fuck is that, but then on the end, you also see a thing that you don't really know what it is, but when you get close, it's an amalgamation of fingers. It's really whoa. It's the word that I want you to take away from this section. Whoa. But only on the presentation side. On the fight, even though it's cool, it slams the ground, it does this with a hand, then on the second phase, there's basically, you're transcending God now. I don't know, again, I'm not really the biggest fan of the big monster fights. I never was. And in this case, even though it is cool, you have to know that it is cool. It's not the best. It's fun. It's just a fun fight with a very cool presentation. So it goes into the B tier. And now there's Count Ymir, the Lord of the Fingers, I think that's the name. Killed him very quickly. I have nothing against the guy, he seems like a chill dude, but overall it's D. It's a D. Jory. It's a normal enemy, it's a little bit bigger, it summons guys to fuck you up. D. Mithra, Lord of the Frenzied Flame. My man. Firstly, that whole area. That is probably the best area of the entire game. It's absolutely unbelievable. They turned one of their games into a horror shit. And then at the end of that area, you find this dude. The dude that's on the trailers. You're like, yo, what is going to happen? Am I gonna fight this dude? And you fight him and you fuck him up. Then there's the cutscene. And whoa. I'm gonna fight the sun? His attacks are very telegraphed, which makes them easy to dodge. He explodes everything. On the second phase, boom. It's boom everywhere. He's not that hard. And the fight feels light. It feels a light fight because it really isn't that hard. And at the same time, you have to be focused, otherwise you will die. But I guess it lacks some oomph. If he, I don't know, if he became larger and he destroyed the manor where he was, and now there's a lot of flames coming out of everywhere, maybe he would get the S tier. This way, it's an A tier. It's still an amazing fight though. Mesmer. Mesmer, oh Mesmer. I'm sorry, but I have to say it. This fight is mesmerizing. He fucked me up real bad. Not real bad, Relana fucked me up a lot more, but he still fucked me up badly because he has such a big amount of attacks. Okay, let me rephrase this. He has a normal amount of attacks, but the attacks are so long and so convoluted and so full of particles and flame and spins and whatever that it feels like an overwhelming amount of attacks. That's what makes the fight very intense. And to add on, he has a lot of variations. You never know what he will do, so you have to be focused the entire time to effectively dodge. Then, after you learn all of this, you reach the second phase. And the second phase, firstly, has one of the best cutscenes ever made by From Software, just because of the mystery of the whole thing. And the second phase itself is indeed very cool too. It's basically as hard as the first phase because the attacks are essentially the same. It just adds on some serpent attacks and some explosions and whatnot. The boss overall is really good, and it is one of the best fights in the entire game. And it goes into the S tier also. S tier getting packed as fuck. Bale! Here we are. We reached the guy who dethroned Placidus X. We reached the guy that dethroned Nidir as the best dragon fight of the Souls games. And honestly, can I bring here a hot take? The best dragon fight ever made in gaming. This guy is so fucking hard. Just on the first phase alone, you have to be very careful all the way through. He does an insane amount of damage, but he always feels very fair. You always know when to dodge. He has some delays, but you get used to them very quickly. But when you reach the second phase, when you fucking reach the second phase, oh my man, what in the fuck is going on here? This is the most cinematic fight ever created by From Software, no doubt in my mind. He flies in the air, he throws you fireballs, he slashes you with the fire that has lightning ray attacks. He has big fucking lightning wings. Every time he attacks, he just destroys the fucking ground. There's an attack where he actually, like, the sound effect is like boom. This is how to do a fight. This is how to do a dragon fight. This is how to do whatever the fuck you want to call it. And the difficulty remains there, but now even more, because at each attack that he has, and he already had a big sum of attacks, at each attack he has explosions of fucking lightnings coming at you. It's absolutely unbelievable. But still, even it being this hard, it always is very fun, and it doesn't feel like bullshit. You always know what to do at each time. I can't explain it. It's one of the best fights ever. It's my favorite fight in Elden Ring. I mean, it was my favorite fight in Elden Ring because he got dethroned by the next boss that I'm gonna talk about. And yeah, he deserves nothing less than an S tier. It's absolutely incredible. And he got dethroned by who? Well, just guess who he is. Holy motherfucking Shamoli, what in hell is even that? Why are we fighting Radan again? Why am I dying over 100 times? Why is he becoming fucking Super Saiyan 3? And where the hell is his mini horse? I have no words. I haven't defeated him yet because he's seemingly impossible and I needed to do the video either way, but I can say, like, right now that he is my favorite fight of the DLC and my favorite fight of the entire game and one of my favorite fights in the entire series. He's very close to Bale. Bale got dethroned. Okay, he just dethroned everyone and got dethroned right after. Very close to Bale, but I still like it a little bit more. But yeah, truth, I haven't defeated him yet. I haven't defeated him yet, at least on the stage that I'm recording. I don't know if my future self that is editing this video has already defeated him.
If the audio is good, but guess who the fuck defeated Radan? No mimic there. I've spent like 6 hours on this fucking shit. I'm almost crying, okay? Jesus fucking Christ. Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go!
There's the answer. I don't know. Either way, still my favorite boss. And why? Well, it's very simple. He seems fair. I know everyone says that it isn't fair, but it seems really fair. I can always know where and how to dodge. The thing is, he's always fucking attacking and you have very narrow windows of opportunity to punish him. Actually, I don't really know how to dodge this attack. I hope I learned how to do it, because otherwise I'm fucked. Well, there's all of the, not nostalgic, but wow factor, like my previous favorite fight and my favorite fight of the base game appearing on the DLC, but now he's fucking at full power and annihilating my ass. And this is just me talking about the first phase. The second phase, where he decides to turn into Super Saiyan 3, oh, but he's not, that's whatever, it's Super Saiyan 3 Radan. It's absolutely unbelievable. He teleports everywhere, he gets the speed of light, he explodes everything. It doesn't make sense. This boss is really absolutely unbelievable. And I think that people will start learning it and they will see that maybe is not that impossible. I'm talking against myself because I don't really know if I will ever beat it, but still, I think that people will appreciate this fight more and more throughout the time because it is really that incredible. It's absurd, it's unbelievable. You are fighting Goku Super Saiyan 3 with swords and meteoric magic. Radan gets once again into the top of the S tier. Let's fucking go. And we are done. We are finally done. Okay, this is just a green screen now. There's a tier list here. I'm gonna step a little bit to the side so you can see the green, not the green screen, so you can see the tier list. And man, maybe it is. And man, what an incredible game and what an incredible array of bosses, bro. It's unbelievable that FromSoft still makes us content that is so freaking high quality, and you can clearly see that by the bosses. Like, only a god level game could have so many S and A tiers and B tiers, and on the DLC have so many S and A tiers. B tiers, it has some B tiers, it has some B tiers. It doesn't make sense. And this DLC just made something special. I used to never know if I liked Bloodborne more or Elden Ring more, but now it is nailed to the ground. Elden Ring is my favorite FromSoft game because of the DLC. This DLC is absolutely incredible. It has some of the most incredible bosses that I have faced in my life. I still think that the best thing about Elden Ring is the exploration and the vibe, but the bosses are incredible and only a god game can achieve that. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Next tier list is the Souls-like games tier list, yeah. The boss tier lists are probably done. And well, this is it. Thanks for watching. If you watched till the end, thanks a lot. And peace, Elden Ring lovers.
30 anos depois.
Acabei!